Hi everyone, welcome. I'm Vriskila Piolawanti, and now we will talk about passive voice. So, have you ever wondered about what is the correlation between passive voice and information system? And let's talk about it. So, in information system, we usually talk about how data is processed, stored, and secured. And that's why passive voice is commonly used to explain system processes clearly and professionally. And today, can you take a guess what we talk about? As I mentioned before, we will talk about passive voice in information system. So, let's move on to what is passive voice. And now, I will tell you the answer. So, passive voice is a sentence form that focuses on the action or the result rather than the person who performs, who makes the action. So, in passive voice, the object of an active sentence becomes the subject of the sentence, and it's formed by using to be, such as like is or are, followed by the past participle, and we know it as verb 3. Passive voice is commonly used in information system because it helps explain processes adjectively and formally. For the example, instead of focusing on the system, we say data is processed by the system. Okay, after we know about what is passive voice, and now I will tell you about how passive voice is formed. Basically, passive voice is formed by using to be, such as like is or are, followed by the past participle. And in forming a passive sentence, the object of the active sentence becomes the subject. The actor of the action can be added using by. But in most information system contexts, it's often omitted because it's already clear. As you can see in the table, passive voice can be formed in different tenses. For example, in the simple present tense, the active sentence administrators monitor the network becomes the network is monitored. This pattern is also applied in other tenses, such as past, perfect, future, and also modal forms. These forms are commonly used in information system to explain processes like monitoring networks, processing data, and securing system clearly and formally. After we know about how we form passive voice, from active voice to passive voice, and now I will tell to you about why passive voice is used in information system. The first one, passive voice focuses on the process or result rather than who performs the action. This is important because system explanation usually emphasize what happens in system. The second one, passive voice helps create a formal and objective tone. It makes technical explanation sounds more professional and natural. And the third one, passive voice provides clarity in system description. It helps explain again system procedures step by step in a clear and logical way. And now, for the last, we will talk about when passive voice is used. So, this slide, I will explain when passive voice is used. The first one, passive voice is used when the actor is unknown, meaning we don't know who does the action. So the second one, passive voice is used when the process is more important than the person who does it. This helps us focus on how something works in a system. The last but not least, third, passive voice is used when writing formally. It's commonly used in academic and technical writing, especially in information system. So I think that's all from me. Thank you and see you next video. Bye bye.